Hello everybody, on your screen you're seeing an impressive Godzilla 1998 figure. This is done by ArticFigures. He does really stunning dinosaur figures done in 3D, resin and all that, very impressive. And he recently launched a brand new line, which is the Monsterverse sort of equivalent of the dinosaur line. The first one would have to be this Godzilla, and it looks super impressive. I've been keeping up with the updates. The sculpture looks very beautiful. The articulation is very impressive. I believe it has 44 points of articulation, which makes it the most articulated 3D printed Zilla or Godzilla figure of to date, with the most articulated and posable figure. Now for accessories, he comes with the taxi and one helicopter. Now it's only open to 100 slots. Unpainted is 200. Painted is to be announced soon. Now I'm only going to speculate, but I think it's going to be $250 or at least $300 for the painted version. Now my thoughts is this looks genius. Obviously I would love to own this figure, but currently I'm also busy with the Ghidorah set and all of that, and I have to invest the money that I have right now into resins, because resin is not even cheap, and I'm also using my own resin from my projects, so my projects had been put aside. But anyways, this is supposed to be in scale with Monster Arts, not in scale as in scaling correctly where he is meant to be small, but rather a 6-inch 7-inch rather scale, where he's going to scale right with your Godzilla 2019, 2021, Kong and all of that. So he is going to be on the bigger side, but still, look, the articulation is fantastic. A lot of people have been complaining, why $200? It's so expensive. Again, I had the same problem when I launched my Godzilla and other things. There's simply things that people don't understand what goes into making those figures. One of the other things is he's going for accuracy. He's been looking at multiple concept art and shots from the movie to get the right size and the right details on this figure. And obviously the tail, articulation, the dorsal plates, the mouth, everything about this figure looks absolutely stunning. I would really love to own this, but maybe in the future whenever I'm done with my side of the things, because honestly I'm kind of low-key a Zilla fan now. I've been since a kid, but then it just went away. But honestly, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So if you guys have the chance to purchase this, I honestly recommend you guys to go out there and purchase this. You're simply not going to get anything like ArticFigures. He is very impressive, one of the best when it comes to articulation. Not only is he one of the best with sculptures, articulation, he does it so smooth like butter. Like, aside from a few other people, I think he's one of the top creators out there for 3D printing figures that could honestly rival companies. I would dare say that myself. I have a lot of experience with figures. You know, I've been reviewing figures for more over than a decade and all of that. So I do see the hard work that he's been through, because I also 3D print figures. I know the process, how many hours, how many times it takes of failing, going back, adjusting things, how expensive resin is, how expensive cleaning and all of that. All the time that you invest, it's never coming back, and that's one of the most valuable things that humans have, is time never comes back. So you have to appreciate time. Now, getting to the cost where a lot of people were complaining. Now, it's easy to judge. You're not in his situation, you don't understand the process. For people saying, oh, it's cheap, stop overpricing your figures, you can buy resin for about $10, $20, that's unrealistic. Let's be honest, people that buy resin for that much, or whatever equipment you use, let's be realistic, you're not using high quality material. The type of resin that I've used, and I said it multiple times, goes for above 110, 120, or even more expensive for just a bottle. It's very high quality resin that makes details pop even more. It's resistant to fall damage, to bending and all that. It's very tough. So obviously, yes, you do have the opportunity to go for a lower quality resin, but just think about how many figures are going to break, how it's going to become loose over time, and it's not worth it. And this is exactly what he's doing. So I do understand his point of view. Simply, people don't understand how many hours goes into printing, how much money you're going to spend on electricity. It's day and night of non-stop printing. For a single person, it's extremely tough. Not to mention that sometimes you get hurt using gloves because some pieces are sharp, all the damage you have to go through, the toxic waste, everything. Resin is not cheap. Like I said, he is offering you something unique, quality. Not only that, a super articulated figure that hasn't really been done before. He's giving you accuracy. So look, for me, I guess my point of view, it's perfect. The price point is perfect for what he's giving you. But obviously there's going to be people out there that really don't understand this because they're used to buying figures like Haya, they're used to buying monster arts, and they don't simply understand the thought behind of 3D printing because they're not in your shoes. Until you finally, go through this, you'll truly understand how difficult, how sometimes you just want to give up and drop the towel because it is time consuming. Like honestly, if you're a fan, you just cannot miss this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Again, there's only 100 slots open for the painted version. Remember, that's going to be more expensive, so you might want to wait for that if you have the money. And if you love what he does, you guys know that he gives a lot of impressive figures, quality over quantity, and that's what he does. So I really do recommend you guys to go check it out. Now I'm going to touch upon my situation with the Ghidorah sets. Currently, it is day 3 for me printing non-stop. I am extremely tired. All I want to do is, after I'm done printing, is go to sleep and just wake up and eat because I really don't have the strength. And I actually hurt myself the past 2 days. So my hands really do hurt a lot. But look, there's a lot of pre-orders out there that still have to be sent out to customers. All I ask you guys is to please be patient and understanding of the situation. Again, I'm not charging you guys for my time. I'm not charging you guys for the electricity. My own personal resins that was supposed to be used for my personal projects. Those projects have been put on hold for quite some time. So I'm using my own money for this, right? I'm not charging any of that. All I'm asking you guys is to get in contact with me, and I know you guys already have gotten in contact with me. Only customers are going to be receiving the updates via private messages, to let them know what's going on. And here's how I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to print until all my resin is gone. If I have to buy a brand new one, then you guys are going to have to wait a little bit more until the new resin comes back in. And once I'm finished with every single order, that's when I'm going to begin to ship, because it doesn't make sense for me to finish one, go to the mail and ship it. The mail office for me is 2 hours away and 2 hours to come back. So it's not really worth it for me just to go for one figure and then come back and do another one. I'm not going to make it because for me, the mail office closes at 3. So I wouldn't have time to come back and return, do the same thing over and over. No. So the right thing, and to save time, and to make a strategy, is to have everything finished, have the packages or whatever I'm going to use to ship them, have them all organized, make sure everybody has the right order, confirm with them, send them pictures to confirm, hey, is this your order? This is what you pre-order, and I want to see screenshots to verify that is the right order. And once I'm done with everything, I'm going to head to the mail, bring all the packages with me instead of doing one by one. I know it's a lot faster, but it's also a lot slower for me, and a lot of money is going to be wasted on my end. It's not cheap. I hope you guys understand that. Just give me time. It's going to be ship out eventually. We're going to get there slowly but surely, like I mentioned to a few people. If I don't answer messages, don't worry. I'm not ignoring you. I just got off from that Instagram account. I'm printing them every day. There's not a single time where I stop printing. I'm doing every single set for you guys, so don't worry. Eventually I'll get to everybody. I can assure you that I will be responsible. I will take my part of my responsibility with this favor that I'm doing to settle and ship out to those customers that never got their packages from Atlas. Okay, just give me time. That's all I'm asking, because resin is expensive. Again, the type of resin that I'm using is tough and durable resin with high quality. Those bottles run you around $40 to $80, and the most expensive one that I have does run you for $120. It's a very small bottle, so please, patience. What can I say about the heads and person now that I have them? I have to say that the details are superb compared to the monster arts. There's just a lot of details to be found on the horns throughout the face, the little horns on his jaw, the eyes and all that. I can tell that it has way more details in the monster arts. The necks as well, they look very impressive. Now I haven't tested out everything, but I do have every single set printed, just one of each right now, and I can tell you guys that fans are going to love this set. You know, they're going to love what was done here from Sato as a designer. You know, he put a lot of work into those sets. So yeah, the gravity beams, everything. Oh, talking about that, just want to mention something real quick. Another situation, the way Sato supported his files was extremely painful. I noticed that once I was done printing, there was way too many supports on the horns, which led to me breaking some of the horns, or just some of the horns being so painful to take off. And it was just painful, extremely painful for my hands. I ended up with so many cuts, I just couldn't anymore. So I had to go back on my end and supported them my way. And doing it my way was so much easier, and it was also less time. The way he had them supported, I don't know what happened, but there was this glitch where for a few parts it would end up being 14 hours instead of being like 2 hours or 3 hours, right? So there was glitches happening with some of the parts not printing correctly with their time. It was extending even more than usual, okay? So I had to go back, fix the heads, fix some of the parts to my liking, to how I like to support them. And I had to say, it is so butter easy. I cannot tell you how much time I struggled trying to take out the head, trying to take out the horns, some of the pieces. It was so painful. It was hard as a rock, but doing it my way, it was just twisting. That's it. Butter smooth. So yeah, from 14 hours, it went down to around 4 hours, 3 hours. Now the thing that's taking so much are the effects. Those are taking 14 hours per set, and it is going to be a lot of time. That's what I'm asking you guys. This is very time consuming.